Right, welcome. So this is our October new moon ritual, even though it's September 30th. I think the new moon is on the 2nd, so it's coming up. But this was the day I could meet. And I think it's kind of nice to do it a couple days before the new moon, also kind of like gets you ready for it. So you're like aware it's happening. Sometimes I'll have the ritual after the new moon, and that's still fine because you're like in the shadow, but I like doing it a little bit before if I can, or if not on it. Um, so actually this month's ritual, I was inspired by the writing class I taught this month, which was about transitions. So I'll be using one of the meditations from the writing class for today's ritual. And so usually we just start with what is we call threshold marker. So that's just anything that you use to let your subconscious know that you're moving into a ritual space. So it might be lighting a candle, it might be like some kind of a smudge. It could be like putting on your mala beads or anything that makes you feel like you're entering into a ritual space. And so we'll just start that way, however that you can think to do that for yourself. And as we enter into a ritual space, who do we want to call in to be with us in this space? So, calling in our ancestors and our guides, for example, calling in the land spirits, the spirits of the land and the nature beings. So just pause here for a moment to give you opportunity to just call in for yourself, anybody you want, any beings that will support you in tonight's ritual. And we'll also create a container. So a good way to do this is just in your mind's eye to just imagine us in a circle. So we're not in real time together. We're not in real space together. We're in this like digital realm. You're either here with me or watching a recording. So usually when we're in person and we would hold hands to create a circle, or we would actually encircle a bonfire or something. There would be an actual circle. So instead, we'll just imagine ourselves in circle, maybe even encased in some kind of an energetic container, whatever feels right for you to feel a sense. So we'll just leave space for people who will come later and join us in community in ceremony later, and for us here as well. And tonight we're doing trance work. So I'm going to be just guiding us in a little bit of a trance. I'm going to be using an induction from the Reclaiming Witchcraft tradition because I've been taking a class with them this month, and I remembered it. So I'm using it because I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that induction. So that's what we'll be using. So getting yourself comfortable to go into a trance space. So if you want to turn off your camera or close your eyes or do whatever makes you feel most comfortable in this space. All right, so we'll just begin by closing our eyes and relaxing, taking some deep belly breaths. Breathing into your belly, expanding, And exhale, releasing your breath completely. If you've had a long day and you had a lot going on, it might feel good to inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. Doing this again, it might feel good to inhale through your nose. As you exhale, just sighing deeply, really feeling yourself release any tension you might be carrying from the day, anything you needed to do to arrive here, to get here. Maybe one more time with a deep sigh. And then just returning to your nose breathing, inhaling deeply through your nose. Exhaling completely, letting your belly rise and fall. So just allowing ourselves to deep breathe into our bellies begins to relax us, as is closing our eyes, allows us to turn inward, kind of eliminating all the external stimulation that we've had all day long. We've just been looking at stuff. Just taking a moment to tune that out, tuning out everything outside of you so that you can turn within. Today, we're going to be creating an intention for the next moon cycle, moving into the next moon cycle, starting with the new moon, just the clean slate. It's the beginning of the cycle. What are we wanting to bring into this next cycle with us? So we're going to go on a little journey to help us determine or kind of intuit what we need going into the next moon cycle. Just breathing deep and imagine yourself floating down, down on a beautiful red cloud, and your whole body is red, and you are drifting and floating, rocking gently deeper and deeper down. Breathe deep. You are floating down, down on a beautiful orange cloud, and your whole body is orange. You are drifting and floating, rocking gently, deeper and deeper down. Breathe deep. Imagine yourself floating down, down on a beautiful yellow cloud, and your whole body is yellow, and you are drifting and floating, rocking gently, deeper and deeper down. Breathe deep. Imagine yourself floating down, down on a beautiful green cloud. Your whole body is green. And you are drifting and floating, rocking gently deeper and deeper down. Breathe deep. Imagine yourself floating down, down on a beautiful blue cloud. Your whole body is blue, and you are drifting and floating, rocking gently deeper and deeper down. Breathe deep and imagine yourself floating down, down on a beautiful purple cloud, and your whole body is purple. And you're drifting and floating, rocking gently deeper and deeper down, feeling your whole body completely relaxed. You land very gently, very thoughtfully in the center of a beautiful field. Taking a look around the beautiful field before you, noticing what you see here. What's the view? What's growing here? Are there any other nature beings here with you? And as you begin to turn around, turning completely around, 180, you notice before you are two doors. Two doors in the meadow, and they're glowing, sweetly glowing before you. And first, we'll bring our awareness to the first door. Behind the first door represents the last moon cycle and all that occurred in the last moon cycle, in this last month. So notice, what does the door look like? Perhaps noticing the color of the door, the shape of the door, the materials that it's made out of. Noticing if there's a handle. When you're ready, we'll open the door. And standing in the doorway, you will observe yourself. And this is you at some moment in time from this last moon cycle. So it could be any moment in time from the past month. And you're simply going to notice without any judgment. If any judgment comes in, just noticing it and letting it go. And you're just watching yourself with a sense of curiosity. Notice where you are. Notice what you're doing. Is anyone else there with you? And what do you see? Just take a moment here, again, observing yourself in this moment. And it doesn't have to be a singular moment. It could be a composite. It can move around. Just watching. And notice how you feel in this moment. What do you feel like? Why do you think this moment showed up for you? What message is there for you in this moment? Soon you close the door and return to the meadow where the two glowing doors are once again before you. And now we're going to bring our attention to the second door. The second door is you in the next moon cycle. The second door is a time within the next month. So it is the future. It is who you are becoming, transforming into. What does this door look like? Notice the color, and the shape. What materials this door is made of. Noticing if there's a handle or not. When you are ready, open the door, and standing in the doorway, observe yourself at some moment in the next moon cycle. Again, you are simply noticing without judgment. If any judgment comes in, notice it, let it go. Just watching with a sense of curiosity. What are you doing? Who are you with? What's happening in this future memory? Just allow it to unfold. Again, it doesn't have to be just one moment. It might move. It might change. Just give it a moment, see where it goes. And why do you think this moment showed up for you? What message is there for you in this moment? And soon you close the door and return to the meadow. Turning around 180, turning away from the doors. Take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. You are getting ready to reawaken. You remember everything that happened here. Take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. And you are floating up, up on a beautiful purple cloud. And your whole body is purple. You are floating upward on a beautiful blue cloud. And your whole body is blue. You are floating up, up on a beautiful green cloud, and your whole body is green. You are floating up, up on a beautiful yellow cloud, feeling more and more awake as you go. Your whole body is yellow. You are floating up, up on an orange cloud. Your whole body is orange. You're filling with vitality, ready to awaken. You're floating up, up on a beautiful red cloud. Your whole body is red. You're ready to wake up now, and your whole body feels renewed and revitalized, remembering your journey. On the count of 3, you will reawaken and remember everything. 1, 2, and 3. Opening your eyes, coming back into your body, drinking water or making any movements that feel good. We're going to spend time now journaling about the trance and whatever came up for you during that time. So we'll spend about 10 minutes or so I'll let you know. I'll just let you know when we're done, and we'll meet back here. So just finishing up here, finishing up what you were writing about the first and second door. So, we want to create an intention for the next cycle. So, kind of thinking on, reflecting on what you were writing about, taking another moment here to look at the message that came through for you in the second door. Why do you think you are being shown that? What message do you think was there for you in that future moment? Why was your psyche, your subconscious revealing that moment to you? And in that message, is there an intention that you can glean from it? So, let's just take a moment now to kind of feel into what your intention might be. If you're watching the recording, you have the option of pausing. You could pull a card and see what comes up using that card maybe to help you think more into it. Or you can just sort of tune into your heart space. Remember that moment. Just bring it up again for yourself. What were you feeling in that moment? What might the intention be moving into this next month? What do you need more of? What do you need to bring into your life this month? And can you create an intention with that? It might be I am, present tense, affirmative statement. And so even if it's a future, we still will use I am, and we still use present tense, even for that future intention, because it's not going to always be future. If it's for this moon cycle, halfway through the moon cycle, you're not going to say, I'm going to. You want to say, I am. And then go ahead and write that down. You might also just repeat that to yourself with a big open heart. As you're saying it, really feeling into it, really feeling into the emotion as you say it. Fake it till you make it. Do the best you can. And now feeling grateful for this affirmation. So, this is a gratitude for what is already manifesting. This intention is already coming into being. How grateful are you for it? Great. And as I said, you can pull a card now if you want to. If you're doing a recording, or you could pull after the ritual, you might pull a card. Um, you what I like to do is write my affirmation down on a piece of paper and put it on my altar. And then if I pull a card, I will also put that with the affirmation on my altar as well. And then I can look at it throughout the next month and keep remembering it and remembering it. So at this time, I would open the ritual for shares. Um, so mine was really interesting because I my memory in the first door was from the last something that happened right at the last new moon. Now we're in the next new moon, and then my moment in this at the second door was the next new moon. So they were all uh the first door was a moment from the last new moon. The second door was a moment from the next new moon, and I'm in this new moon. So that was really interesting for me. And I'm just looking at my affirmation from last month, and the month turned out to be very different than I ever could have expected. And I look at it and I wonder, does it resonate with me? And it resonates me in an unexpected way, the way that I did not expect it would. You just don't know what the future holds. The possibilities are completely limitless. Anything can happen in the future. Um, so as you put your next new moon affirmation on your altar, do it with the sense of limitless possibilities that anything can happen, and let it be a guide for you, like you're carrying a lantern, and it is the lantern that sort of guides you through the month. So I'm just going to pause here. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me in ceremony tonight. I hope it was good for you. I hope this really helps you in the coming cycle to give you a little bit of direction. And I hope you utilize it to continue to guide you until next cycle. So we'll just close now. Just relocating that container you created at the start and all those in it, whether they're here with us now or not, later, anywhere in time and space, those who join us. Thank you for being here. And we'll just release the container, just allowing it to sparkle away and dissipate around us. And then we'll cross the threshold again using our threshold marker. So maybe you blow out your candle, or for me, I did a little smoke burning, smudging at the start of the ceremony. So I'll do that again to end it. And again, it's just a means of showing, representing that I'm stepping out of ceremony, out of ritual space, and back into um my life. What am I gonna go do now? Cook some dinner, watch some TV, read a book, do some crossword puzzles, whatever it is. But I'm stepping now out of ceremony. Thank you so much for joining me. Next month we're meeting on the 30th of October, I believe, the night before Halloween. That'll be a really juicy one. Hope to see you there. Have a good cycle. Good night, everyone. Happy new moon.